Hi, everybody. Teresa McGallagher again here today to talk to you about some tips and tricks for getting through this coronavirus lockdown, pandemic, quarantine period. The other day I talked about the importance of having a daily practice, spiritual practice, and to use it first thing in the morning. And today I thought I would expand a little bit on that and speak about what the benefits of having a daily practice are. Why would anybody take the time or make the effort to journal every day, meditate every day, engage in contemplative prayer, or do these kinds of things unless it was going to be some kind of payoff? So I'm going to elaborate on that and use my own story a little bit as an example to show you what's possible. So I would say for the first 50 years of my life, I felt like I was emotionally on some kind of a roller coaster. And by that I mean that as long as things were going my way, the way I thought they should go, I felt good and I felt happy. But anytime something went wrong or didn't go the way I wanted it to go, it was upsetting. It might be just a little irritation, or it might be something that made me really angry or really put me into a slump for a few days. But what I found as a result of practicing, doing my spiritual practice every day, participating in yoga and meditation, doing my lessons from A Course in Miracles, is that little by little, this susceptibility to aggravation went away. And eventually I got to the point where pretty much nothing aggravates me anymore. My life, instead of being this roller coaster of up and downs, is now sort of like floating downstream. It's very relaxed. It's very peaceful. That might sound really boring to you, but I can assure you that it's not boring. It's a much more enjoyable way to go through life than to feel constantly frustrated, in resistance, and upset with the way that things are going. So that's one of the benefits of a daily spiritual practice. Another thing is that my relationships have improved exponentially. So there were certain people in my life that I used to constantly butt heads with, and those relationships have smoothed out, and I really enjoy the company of those people now instead of struggling with trying to communicate with them and connect with them. This way of living peacefully and joyfully and getting along with others harmoniously is actually the way that we are meant to live life. If you look at the way that babies respond to things, you do see that they have upsets when they're hungry or they're tired or they're cold. They will cry, but they move through those emotions very quickly. They don't hold on to grudges, and they don't spend days and weeks and years thinking about how annoyed they are that something didn't go their way when they were one. But as adults, or as even teenagers and children, we develop this habit of thinking about things that bothered us and things that annoyed us, and then we repeat that thought over and over again until it really digs a groove into our mindset, and we feel like we can't get away from it after a while. So this is not a productive and a fun way to go through life. Life is meant to be fun. Life is meant to be enjoyable. It's meant to be expansive, about learning, growing, having new experiences, having new relationships. It's not meant to be about struggle and suffering and sacrifice. And if you've been taught that, you've been taught incorrectly. There's no value in suffering, struggle, or sacrifice. There's always an easier and more relaxed way to do things. So I hope that this has been inspirational for you. I encourage you to continue with your daily spiritual practice, and there are ways to speed up the process. The most important thing is to have the willingness to want to feel better, to want to feel happy, and to want to have the life that you deserve. You deserve to be happy, and God's will for you is perfect happiness. See you tomorrow. Namaste.